What's up, everybody? DJ Static here, checking in on DJAWP Pittsburgh, and believe it or not, I have the DJ Tutor, Johnathan Lewis, on the line with me here. Jay, how you doing? Say hello to everybody.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, anytime, Jonathan. I appreciate you taking the time out to come and talk to us today. Now, I know you're a busy man.
Cool. Yeah, it's quite crazy actually. Busy in work, play, and family life. I just finished making tea. We've just sat down, had food. Then it's, jump in the bath, get the kids off to bed, and then it's answer a whole bunch of emails and just do other jobs then,
I see. So anyway, the main reason that we wanted to get in touch with you is because we here at the DJAWP, basically, we're doing the same thing that you and Brian are doing. I don't know, I guess, what do you think of that?
The more the merrier. The more, at the end of the day, the way I look at it is, years ago when I started DJing, people wouldn't share their information. They kept it to themselves. And I can understand keeping maybe an agent's telephone number or, your business contact details to yourself. But then when it comes to a bit of knowledge on how to DJ, it was all, well, guess what? If you explain to people what you know, then maybe they'd be more inclined to explain to you what they know. And in turn, you'd start to get more information and become better at your job, and they become better. And then in turn, the whole industry becomes better. So it's a good spiral upwards as opposed to loads of negativity.
Right. That's one thing that we've been trying to push big time here, at least in this organization, is we want to share as much information as possible. I mean, our president made a good point of all of this, and they actually were happy when I came on board because they realized that, a young guy like me who's very, very green, and could probably provide a whole lot more new insight to things. Most of them are still guys that are used to using, some of them still use CDs, and a lot of them, actually one of them still uses vinyl turntables all the time, but, he's a turntablist. He's kind of like you.
Yeah. Well, this is it, you see, because I think people my age, perhaps a little bit younger, a little bit older, are stuck in their ways. And I think they're very ignorant, because what they should do is look at the younger generation. And the irony is, I think by an older person taking advice and knowledge from a younger person will enhance them in their job as well, because of course a younger person is more in the know and has, in a sense, a lot more knowledge to give. So, maybe the older person has advice and, from years gone by, but of course that younger person can give knowledge, up-to-date knowledge. I think that's the main word, the main sentence, up-to-date. Do you see what I mean there?
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt. I mean, from the time I joined up with this organization, and I've only been a part of the DJAWP for as long as I've been a DJ, basically. I joined up when I started a year ago, and these guys already have learned a ton from me. Like, they didn't know that there were so many different, for example, I don't know if you've looked at any of the videos on the DJAWP channel or on mine, I did a small segment on MIDI controllers.
Sure. I don't think I have. What you'll have to do is send me the link, and then, maybe we'll talk, but how do you feel like possibly linking a whole bunch of your videos to the website?
Oh, I have no problem with that. I would actually be honored more than anything, because the main thing is just like we're saying, we're just trying to work together here. We just want to get the word out there and show people that there are other things besides just certain ways of doing things when it comes to DJing.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, I find it quite humbled when people say to me, well, do you realise, Jonathan, you have possibly turned the world around and you've made the DJ community finally realise, shit man, look what this guy's done. He's given all his information for free. He's done it at the kindness of, in turn, he's got people motivated, people into DJing, people back into DJing, people helping, people talking, people communicating, getting people into work. And people have looked at this and thought, shit, I think we could do the same. And it's happening. People are now talking and helping each other out, and it's all good.
No, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you fully. I mean, I'm very glad to find you guys. I mean, between you and Brian, you guys have taught me. You guys have taught me personally a lot about just DJing in general. I know I pay attention to you with your beat matching and some of the mixes and everything, and I pay attention to Brian for stuff like tech and how to get gigs and that sort of thing. Because right now my main problem is just being the fact that I'm green. I don't have a lot of contacts, so I only do gigs like small things for friends and sometimes family, and I do a few things outside of there. But by and large, I'm just trying to basically just do what you're saying, just spread the word, teach as much as I can. I mean, my knowledge is limited, but I can teach about some stuff.
Yeah, I think, again, what I tend to find is I'll get an email from someone and they're a newbie and they say, Johnathan, I want to be a club DJ. I want to be like Tiesto. I want to be like Pete Tong. I want to be like Paul Van Dyke. And, sometimes I have to give them some, bad information. Well, no, it's not bad information. I just have to say, well, look, guys, to be quite honest, out of maybe 10,000 people that become a DJ, maybe only one of them will ever become a big, huge superstar DJ working in a nightclub. So, in a sense, I think anyone and everyone who wants to take up the role of becoming a DJ as a hobby or maybe as a business in the near future or the distant future should initially buy some turntables, buy a little mixer and some powered speakers and a set of headphones and have it inset in their brain to just have a mess around to begin with. Forget, don't think I'm going to be the best DJ in the world and travel and be like sort of Carl Cox, but just have fun to begin with. Because if then they realize that maybe they're not that good and it isn't working, then they're not disappointed. But then, of course, if it doesn't work and they want to be a big superstar DJ, then people do get disappointed, disheartened, and that's when the negativity comes in. And of course, you get bad vibes. So, I mean, my only word of advice there is for a newbie to just enjoy yourself, enjoying the music where you are. And if you can get a few friends around and they start tapping their feet, then maybe you should maybe start considering, well, there is possibly an avenue for me to take this one next step further, to maybe if you're in high school, maybe ask the principal, can I do a show in the school? Or even what I used to do functions for friends and family and charge nothing. But it got me into the industry, it got me knowledge, and it proved to me that I could work in front of a crowd. And then slowly over a period of time, things got better, and word of mouth, people started talking. I'd have, say, a friend come to a house party, and then they'd tell their friend, and their friend perhaps had a birthday party, and I'd end up doing their birthday party just for expenses. But it was a paid gig, and at that party, the difference is there were a lot of people that didn't know me. And then, of course, those people that didn't know me, if I impressed them, they'd say, well, can you do our wedding? Can you do our 21st? And then it spirals. But it will never spiral. When I say never, it won't. Most of the time, it won't spiral fast. It will take a long time. But keep your attitude and work hard and not initially try and reach for the stars, then, things will prevail and it will work out in the end.
No, I perfectly agree with you. That was one of the things that I set out to do when I started off. I mean, if most folks can see some of my early stuff that I've done here, it was just me and some of my buddies just having a good time. So we really just did everything we could. And now, as you said, I mean, I've gotten noticed. I've done more gigs and stuff like that. I actually work in a nightclub now here in Pittsburgh. So, that just goes to show where you get. And it's only reason because I really thought I could get somewhere.
Yeah. Well, no, this is good. I suppose I don't mean to contradict myself now, but I think if you're a newcomer to the DJ industry and you honestly feel deep down inside that you do have a talent, then yes, part of you should want to take it that step further. But I think there are people who straight away want to be a superstar DJ without taking the initial baby steps.
No, you gotta learn to crawl before you can walk.